in a legal aid battle between lawyers and the Government of Ontario. It started when the Attorney General said the province could no longer guarantee pay for legal aid lawyers. And today it reached the boiling point with lawyers dropping cases. CTV's Joy Melvin reports.
John Rosen, the man who defended sex killer Paul Bernardo, walked out of court in protest.
I don't like to be tricked or defrauded.
Lauren Sabse is trying to drop more than a dozen legal aid cases, asking the courts to remove him.
Any work you do from this point on may not be paid for.
When it comes to legal aid, lawyers are withdrawing their services from murder trials, heroin and robbery cases. Some refugee hearings have even been put on hold. As one lawyer put it, it's as if Ontario's lawyers have gone on strike.
Knowing that I'm not going to get paid, that's the same as asking me to work for nothing. I will not do that.
Rosen says the government owes him $300,000. He's risking jail by refusing to take on another legal aid case until he's paid. But the government says legal aid is millions of dollars in the hole, and it's blaming the Law Society for mismanagement. And Attorney General Charles Harnick won't guarantee that anyone's going to get paid.
We recognize that there are certain problems that exist amongst lawyers, and we're going to do our very best to be sensitive to those things and to deal with them. Thanks.
That's not good enough for one lawyer who sent the government a subpoena demanding the Attorney General appear in court to answer questions about legal aid. In the meantime, many lawyers say Ontario justice is grinding to a halt.
So what you're going to see is a backlog. Who knows? We may be back to that situation where trials had to eventually be dismissed. Wholesale charges had to be dismissed because of delay.
And lawyers warn many accused will end up having to wait for their day in court. Joy Melvin, CTV News, Toronto.
A heart-rending
CO's Ali Velshi spoke this evening with one criminal lawyer who stands to lose her business over the province's decision.
Karen McArthur says the province's decision could bankrupt her or land her in jail. Legal aid owes her more than $100,000, money she may never see. McArthur is representing an accused in the Just Desserts killing, but she says she doesn't make money on headline cases. Like Bernardo lawyer John Rosen, who has disbanded his practice and is trying to remove himself from further legal aid cases, McArthur resents the fact that the province expects her to work for free.
Nobody wants a fool for a lawyer. Nobody wants to leave their life in the hands of a fool. But only a fool would work for free.
Many judges won't let lawyers off cases they've committed to, even if they're not going to get paid. Refusing to represent a client can get a lawyer time in prison. But lawyers don't have to take new legal aid cases, and McArthur says those who can't afford a lawyer may not get a defense. McArthur says Ontario could be headed for a two-tiered justice system.
There will be unrepresented persons, and then there will be persons that can scrape together enough money to hire a lawyer. And I feel very sorry for those that will not be able to hire a lawyer that just don't have the funds. They're being deprived of their constitutional entitlements.
McArthur says Attorney General Charles Harnick is trying to muddy the waters by blaming lawyers for getting themselves into this mess. She says Harnick is just making excuses for an ill-conceived Tory campaign promise to cut $130 million from legal aid. Ali Velshi, CFTO News.